Hey, this is Ron, and welcome to the Gunsmith's Workbench. Today I want to talk to you about a little thing that a friend of mine recommended to me. Uh, Fred Stookesberry with Custom Checkering. You can look him up on YouTube or on Facebook under Custom Checkering. Really fine gunsmith and stockmaker, good friend of mine. He and I the other day were talking about paperweights, and what he was talking about was he started using a slave pin to put the trigger and disconnector together. If you've ever done this, you'll notice that it's really annoying to keep, the trigger, disconnector, and the holes all lined up at the same time. You've got this, the pin that holds them in has these little detents which kind of slow things up. So what he came up with was a slave pin. And I've made one here, and it's really easy to make. You can make it out of a 5/32 drill bit, and it needs to be about 600 to 650 thousandths long. You want it shorter than the distance across the trigger. So to use this, put your disconnector spring in, assemble your disconnector, hold it there till it lines up. By the way, one edge is just slightly beveled, and you just want that beveled so you don't have to fight getting it through there. Now that holds everything in place for you. So then the only thing that's messing with you at all is the trigger return spring. So when you slip it in, you get her lined up, push your trigger pin through, get it lined up, and once you get it started, then that will push the slave pin out the other side. So now I'm pushing it through here, and what I've done is I may have to manipulate the trigger just a little bit to have it push through. And you can see there that the slave pin's wanting to come through there. And all we do then is just a little teeny, very, very light pressure. Now you can see I'm about half started. Here's the slave pin, it's coming through. By the way, if you have to do more than I just tapped it there, a little plastic hammer or something's fine. I use steel, but I'm a professional, so don't try this at home yourselves. But as that slave pin comes through, that keeps everything in alignment. And the key is leave the back of that slave pin square, okay, so that way your pin will follow it really nicely. If you bevel both ends, the slave pin will let the whole thing move, and you can see that's pretty easy to get through there. There's a little bit of aluminum here from it being in the fixture. This was a paperweight that I cut. So just do it just like that, right out of a pin. The other would be like a 4mm by 16mm hardened dowel. Roll pin won't work, but a hardened dowel will. I think that'll make things a lot easier for you. Now, unshameless plug for a company I have no connection with. This is a slip-on limb saver recoil pad, and I've been using limb saver on my custom guns and stocks for a long time. I really like their product, but this is a slip-on that goes right onto the carbine. Now, obviously, with 223, who cares about a recoil pad, right? And but if you built one of these with one of these stocks on it at a 308, and that gun will beat you up just a little bit over time, you'll really like this. I think the price is about 32 bucks. Amazon has them. Really good quality item. I think you'll really like it. Hey, we'll see you next time.